Amazon CEO Andy Jassy addressed the company's recent layoffs during his quarterly earnings call on October 30th, saying the decision to cut 14,000 corporate positions was based on cultural factors rather than financial or AI-related reasons. I believe wasn't this past week Amazon did the layoffs?
Yeah, child.
And so
I thought it was a joke. Like, I literally thought people was like, I was like, wait, is this the truth?
Yeah. This was on November 3rd. This article came out. But it said Amazon CEO Andy Jassy says the recent layoffs of 14,000 people was about culture.
How many people?
14,000.
Why was people saying 30?
I don't know. Who knows? I know there was one thing.
I literally heard. That's why I was like, that's not real.
They might have increased it. I didn't see 30. I just typed in Amazon tech layoffs.
And I'm not saying that, 14 is still a lot. I'm just saying I thought it was 30.
Yeah. But Amazon hired a lot during the pandemic. So they still been trying to right size.
But I feel like it's also, they got to be more specific with what, like, Amazon's a huge company. Like, that could be across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a lot, though. I'm going to read it and see what they say. They said it's about culture and not financially or AI-driven, which I think is a lie.
I did see that.
I totally think that's crock of beans. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy addressed the company's recent layoffs during his quarterly earnings call on October 30th, saying the decision to cut 14,000 corporate positions was based on cultural factors rather than financial or AI-related reasons. In the words of the illustrious Floyd Mayweather, I want you to take a big knife and cut out the BS. Because we know for a fact that is not true. Everybody's following the wave of investing in AI. The announcement that we made a few days ago was not really financially driven, and it's not even really AI driven. Not right now, at least, he said during the call. It's culture. The Amazon layoffs, which largely affected middle management, followed a June 2025 memo, according to a previous Fortune report. In it, Jassy said that advancements in AI have increased efficiency across the company. In a separate internal communication, Beth Galati, Amazon Senior Vice President of People Experience and Technology, describes the restructuring as an effort to adjust to the transformative technology of AI. Amazon's workforce has grown significantly in recent years. The company currently employs about 1.55 million people worldwide, including roughly 350,000 in corporate roles.
That's a lot of people.
Reuters reports, in comparison, filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission show that Amazon had 798,000 employees at the end of 2019 per Fortune. So that's what I was talking about. Pandemic, they hired a lot of people. If you grow as fast as we did for several years, the size of businesses, the number of people, the number of locations, the type of business you're in, you end up with a lot more people than what you had before. And you end up with a lot more layers. He added, sometimes without realizing it, you can weaken the ownership of the people that you have who are doing the actual work and who own most of the two-way door decisions, the ones that should be made quickly and right at the front of the line. Now, I agree because we do know the Amazons, the Netflix, the Metas, all of them, they hired people from their competitors just so they couldn't hire them. So I do know that's true. And they were on TikTok saying, hey, we don't do that.
That's so greedy.
As Afrotech previously reported, Amazon reduced about 14,000 corporate roles on October 28th as part of a broader workforce adjustment. That move follows similar reductions made across multiple departments beginning in 2023, as the company restructured teams and reevaluated staffing needs in its retail, human resources, and cloud computing decisions. Amazon is among several large companies, including Salesforce, Target, and Paramount, that have announced recent workforce reductions, while some organizations have cited automation and shifting business needs. Data shows that AI-related cuts remain limited. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell noted per Fortune that central bank is observing how AI adoption may affect hiring and job stability. A recent Goldman Sachs study found that only 11% of surveyed companies had reduced staff due to AI, while about one-third of firms in the technology, media, and telecommunication industries reported headcount reductions linked to it. During the earnings call, according to Fortune, Jassy said the company intends to remain efficient and adaptable in changing business environments. Now, I don't think it's totally about AI. I think they did overhire a lot. There probably were people that weren't doing work, but we also know, and like I said, internally you would know, hey, did some of these people say they didn't want to come into office? Were they forced to have bad reports of saying they weren't actually doing well, even though they probably were? So it may be a lot of that as well that's going on with some of these people that, of course, they aren't speaking on.
Yeah.
But it sucks. I did hear they was going to get decent severances. But honestly, if I was the president, I would push for corporate jobs for our salaries to be guaranteed like the NBA. No matter what happens, if y'all fire me, I get all my money.
For the year?
Yeah, unless it's a clause that I did something that, I
Violates
can't
the
get out myself.
agreement or
Yeah,
something,
but everything
yeah.
else, if I get laid off, I should get my whole contract paid out and my bonus paid at 150%.
Ooh, 150 is cute.
Yeah, that's when your company doing good. And we say, yeah, you
Okay.
got that, and we did this. Here you go.